Hello everyone, this is a Chinese drama as beautiful as you. Caught in Zeng's scheme, Han Ting completely misunderstood Ji Xing. Han Ting warned Ji Xing not to take shortcuts, as they come with a price. After speaking, Han Ting left decisively, leaving Ji Xing crying alone. Han Ting's words were indeed very frank. Ji Xing thought about it repeatedly for a long time and finally sent a message to Han Ting to apologize, promising never to make the same mistake again. Actually, Han Ting was worried about Ji Xing, fearing she would be hurt by rumors because his love for her had not changed in the past 10 years and would never change. Han Ting is truly a devoted lover. He was afraid that the rumors would overwhelm Ji Xing and her efforts would be in vain. Han Ting asked Tang Song to arrange 2 hours for Ji Xing to report the latest progress. It was obvious to anyone what the reason was. However, due to an unexpected situation, Ji Xing couldn't make it, so she arranged for Su Zhizhou to report to Han Ting instead. When Han Ting looked up and saw Su Zhizhou, his face immediately changed. Han Ting took the documents and finished reading them in 5 minutes. Originally, the 2 hours were meant for Ji Xing to report on her work, but it only took Han Ting 5 minutes to resolve things with Su Zhizhou. At a dinner gathering, Han Ting highly recommended Ji Xing to everyone, praising her for her strong abilities and talent. Han Ting helped Ji Xing expand her network, but from now on, it would depend on Ji Xing's own skills. Without competence, no matter how many dinner parties she attends, no one will remember her. As the new year approached, Ji Xing gave out red envelopes to her colleagues and told everyone to go home early and rest. She stayed behind alone to tidy up the office, then video called her parents to explain that she couldn't go back home for the new year due to work, asking them not to worry. Just then, Han Ting came over with a gift. Ji Xing opened it to find a painting. Curious, she asked Han Ting if it was of the starry sky or the ocean. According to Han Ting, the complex lines were like Ji Xing's usual unclear thoughts. The atmosphere was cold. Although it was a carefully selected gift from Han Ting, his words sounded casual. Han Ting then went to see his grandfather. The whole family gathered to discuss calligraphy. On the surface, the family seemed harmonious, but each had their own thoughts. Zeng also came to give New Year's greetings. She warmly greeted everyone. It was evident that Han Ting's family liked Zeng, but Han Ting didn't even look up. On New Year's Eve, Ji Xing went to Xingyue alone to buy New Year's Eve dinner and was coincidentally seen by Xiao Yixiao, who told Han Ting about it. Just as Zeng was asking Han Ting what he wanted to say to her for the new year, Ji Xing's mother called. She couldn't find Ji Xing and hoped Han Ting could help find her. Ji Xing was so tired that she fell asleep on the sofa. Han Ting found Ji Xing and took her home. Ji Xing's parents knew that their daughter did not plan to go home for the new year, so they secretly came over to give her a surprise. However, they didn't expect Ji Xing's phone to be dead. Thanks to Han Ting, Ji Xing's parents invited him to join them for the New Year's Eve dinner. As soon as he entered the house, Han Ting recognized the stray cat that he and Ji Xing had adopted together 10 years ago. Holding the cat, Han Ting chatted with Ji Xing. He didn't expect to see Ji Xing again after 10 years. While talking, their hands accidentally touched. At this moment, Han Ting looked deeply into Ji Xing's eyes. Ji Xing, can you feel anything? After the new year, Ji Xing moved her team into Dongyang building, and everyone was very happy. Zeng also sent a bouquet of flowers to celebrate. As soon as she arrived at the office, she saw the painting that Han Ting had given to Ji Xing. She was stunned and felt very uncomfortable inside, although she still had a smile on her face. Later, Su Zhizhou and Lili investigated the origin of the painting and found out that it was worth 7 figures. Ji Xing was shocked. After 6 months of personnel reform, the company led by Han Ting gradually got on track, with everyone performing their duties. Han Ting replaced the key department personnel with people he trusted, which made Han Yuan very unhappy. Of course, Han Ting had his own plans. When Han Ting first returned from abroad, the group's shareholders were very discontented. Therefore, Han Ting made a bold promise at the shareholders' meeting to double the company's stock value within 2 years. Their conversation was very unpleasant. Ji Xing sent a message, asking Han Ting if he had time to attend Xingchen's first official meeting. Han Ting gave an uncertain response. Just as the meeting was about to start, Han Ting unexpectedly arrived. He sat on the side, listening, but his eyes never left Ji Xing. After the meeting, Ji Xing asked for Han Ting's opinion. Han Ting's advice was to take each step steadily, as entrepreneurship and management require pragmatism. The 3D printer was in place, and Xingchen began countless experiments, adjustments, and improvements to achieve the best results. Xingchen's team worked tirelessly and finally achieved the best outcome. Meanwhile, Zeng secretly contacted Xingchen's supplier, asking him to delay providing raw materials to Xingchen. The supplier looked troubled, so Zeng used her grandfather's influence to pressure him, causing Ji Xing to be unable to reach the supplier at a critical moment. In the contract signed between Xingchen and Dongyang Medical, there are time constraints, and missing the deadline would be considered a breach of contract. Lily's boyfriend Xiao Yixiao learned the news and immediately informed Han Ting. Han Ting was very clear about who was behind the trouble. The next day, Han Ting invited Zeng to dinner, which made her very happy. She thought her plan had succeeded because Han Ting had taken the initiative to invite her. As soon as Zeng sat down, Han Ting got straight to the point and told her to spend less time scheming against others. Zeng put on an innocent face and put all the blame on Ji Xing, but this dinner only made Zeng feel very frustrated. Before this meal, Ji Xing had already solved the material issue. She would also attend lessons at university whenever she had time. When Ji Xing handed her business card to an industry veteran, the veteran didn't even look at her. However, when Han Ting appeared, the veteran immediately handed him a business card with both hands. Upon learning that Han Ting knew Ji Xing, the veteran immediately accepted Ji Xing's business card. Ji Xing invited Han Ting to eat at the university, and suddenly received a call from Su Zhizhou saying the printer was broken. With the deadline for the first submission approaching, Ji Xing was a bit anxious. After returning to Xingchen, Ji Xing asked in detail about the cause of the printer malfunction. No matter how angry she was, the priority was to solve the problem. Ji Xing immediately asked everyone to look around and see if there was a similar model for an emergency replacement. The news of the printer malfunction at Xingchen quickly reached the board of Dongyang Medical, where someone deliberately brought up the issue to question Ji Xing's management. Han Ting remained calm, noting that the deadline had not yet arrived, and asked everyone to give Xingchen a bit more time. He even promised to take responsibility for any negative impact of this issue. Eventually, Ji Xing contacted a company willing to lend a printer, although it was a bit far away, and Su Zhizhou and Lily set out overnight. Lily's side of things was going smoothly, but on the way back, she encountered a flight delay. At this point, Ji Xing and his team's own printer was the only hope. Han Yuan had everything planned out. She handed over the list of professional managers to Han Ting, reminding him to give up on Ji Xing as soon as possible. Han Ting, however, remained calm, noting that there was still time. Sure enough, at the last minute, Ji Xing arrived just in time with the freshly printed product. Han Ting was very pleased upon seeing it and promptly approved the next phase of funding for Ji Xing. Han Yuan's face darkened, and she left angrily. Han Ting then handed an invitation to the AI medical exhibition to Ji Xing. Grateful for Han Ting's approval, Ji Xing felt lucky to have met him. Ji Xing ran into Han Ting downstairs. It was Ji Xing's first opportunity to attend such a high-end industry exhibition, and she was in high spirits. As Zeng was about to message Han Ting to ask him to dinner, she saw Han Ting and Ji Xing sitting together at the restaurant. Zeng sat directly next to Han Ting and deliberately mentioned to Ji Xing that she was the one who originally recommended this restaurant to Han Ting. Ji Xing, feeling disheartened, exchanged a few pleasantries and left. Shortly after, Han Ting also left with the packed meal. Zeng had always thought that in terms of family background and ability, she was a perfect match for Han Ting. Unfortunately, she didn't understand that Han Ting's heart belonged to Ji Xing and would never change. The next day, the summit forum began, and Han Ting, as the opening guest, took the stage to speak, receiving enthusiastic applause from the audience. During the Q&A session, many attendees eagerly raised their hands. Ji Xing also raised her hand, but Han Ting ignored her each time. When it came to the final question, Ji Xing thought she wouldn't get a chance and didn't raise her hand, but this time Han Ting called on her. Han Ting then introduced Ji Xing and Xingchen to everyone, drawing all eyes to Ji Xing. Ji Xing was very grateful to Han Ting for giving her this opportunity. However, Zeng's expression was less than pleased. At the exhibition, Xingchen's booth was in a relatively obscure location. Still, Ji Xing encouraged her employees not to get disheartened and even led by example in finding target customers. This scene was seen by former colleagues who mocked Ji Xing. Ji Xing chose to ignore them and introduced her company's products to potential clients. The product developed by Xingchen Corporation is ready for clinical trials. They arrive at Xingang Hospital, and it turns out that the attending physician responsible for this trial is none other than Xiao Yichen. When their eyes meet, Ji Xing's eyes turn slightly red. On the day of the clinical trial, Han Ting also shows up. This trial is crucial. If it succeeds, the product can be promoted. Upon seeing Xiao Yichen, Han Ting asks Ji Xing if the doctor was specifically chosen. His words sound rather jealous. The trial ends successfully, and everyone is very excited. Ji Xing invites everyone out for a celebratory meal. Initially, Han Ting politely declines, citing work. He then adds that Xiao Yichen must be busy observing the postoperative patients. Hearing this, Xiao Yichen feels too embarrassed to go. Han Ting immediately changes his mind and invites Ji Xing to join him for a meal. This sudden change leaves everyone stunned. It is evident that Han Ting does not want Ji Xing to spend time with Xiao Yichen. Ji Xing went to Germany for an inspection and study trip, and unexpectedly ran into Han Ting on the plane. It was clear that wherever Ji Xing appeared, Han Ting would follow. They went to a square together and fed the pigeons. Watching Ji Xing feed the pigeons, Han Ting couldn't help but take out his phone to take pictures of her. Ji Xing noticed and took pictures of Han Ting as well. The two of them taking pictures of each other had a distinctly romantic feel. On the 6th day, Ji Xing took the initiative to invite Han Ting out. She wanted to visit the Dongyang base, which is Han Ting's company in Germany. Naturally, Han Ting agreed. He personally introduced all the aspects of the company, a special treatment likely reserved only for Ji Xing. Afterwards, they went to the company's basketball court, where Han Ting taught Ji Xing how to play basketball. The close proximity made Ji Xing's heart race. She asked Han Ting if he had liked anyone during his years in Germany. Han Ting, busy with work and with someone already in his heart, naturally had not. Han Ting suddenly stepped forward, looking at Ji Xing, and asked her what impression she had of him. Ji Xing was momentarily at a loss for words, her heart pounding. Their relationship took a significant step forward. Just as Han Ting entered his room, there was a knock at the door. He thought Ji Xing had come back to see him again. To his surprise, it was Zeng. She claimed to be in Germany to visit friends, but in reality, she had followed Han Ting there. She was about to sit down and have a deep conversation with Han Ting, but he reminded her to go rest as he needed to rest too. Zeng's face showed a clear sense of disappointment. The next morning, when Han Ting went downstairs for breakfast, Zeng invited him to sit with her. It seemed she had dressed up specifically for this occasion. Sitting together, they looked like a perfect couple. Ji Xing came down and saw Han Ting and Zeng sitting together. Han Ting had his back to Ji Xing, but Zeng saw her. Zeng deliberately put food on Han Ting's plate, pretending they were having an intimate meal. Ji Xing felt puzzled and uncomfortable, as Han Ting had been very close with her the previous night. Han Ting heard someone calling Ji Xing and turned around to see her leaving. It turned out everything was a show for Ji Xing. Han Ting directly told Zeng to stop playing games. Zeng then expressed her feelings for Han Ting, but he immediately rejected her, saying that she was never an option for him. Although this was hurtful, it was better for Zeng to accept the reality sooner. Today is Ji Xing's birthday. Yesterday, Han Ting asked Ji Xing how she would celebrate her birthday. Ji Xing was curious about how Han Ting knew her birthday. Han Ting said he found out from her personal information in the investment agreement, which was a rather perfunctory answer. Han Ting timed it perfectly, wishing Ji Xing a happy birthday at exactly midnight, even enduring numb legs. In the evening, her friends planned to celebrate her birthday together at a restaurant. As soon as Lily and the others got out of the car, they saw Xiao Yichen and Wei Qiuzi hugging. What was going on? Ji Xing's ex-boyfriend and her best friend were together. Oh my gosh. Lily stepped forward to question Qiuzi about what she meant by this and why she chose Ji Xing's birthday to do it. Qiuzi claimed she just wanted to be with the person she liked. Xiao Yichen immediately admitted that he had pursued Qiuzi. However, they didn't expect Ji Xing to witness this scene from upstairs. Although Ji Xing and Xiao Yichen had broken up, their 4-year relationship was unforgettable, and it couldn't be severed so easily. Ji Xing felt hurt, but she still greeted everyone with a smile. When it was time to make a wish, Ji Xing told Qiuzi she had seen everything and wished them well. When Han Ting found out, he immediately drove to pick up Ji Xing. They went to Xingyue, and it was there that Ji Xing learned from Xiao Yixiao that Han Ting was actually the owner of Xingyue. Han Ting took out a lighter for Ji Xing to make a wish and gave her a necklace with a star on it. That night, Han Ting spent Ji Xing's birthday with her, and they had a pleasant evening together. In the morning, when she sobered up and recalled the events of the previous night, Ji Xing felt a bit Luckily, Han Ting wasn't around. Ji Xing carefully put on her shoes and, while Han Ting was on the phone in the living room, she tried to sneak out. However, as soon as she opened the door, she ran into Tang Song. Feeling a bit embarrassed, Ji Xing left without even wearing her shoes. When she got to the office, Lily quietly asked Ji Xing where she was last night. Ji Xing admitted she was with Han Ting. She felt uncertain and didn't know what her relationship with Han Ting was now. Lily said she had long noticed that Han Ting was interested in Ji Xing, but Ji Xing felt everything was happening too quickly. Han Ting came to find Ji Xing, only to hear that she had taken annual leave and gone home. Han Ting was puzzled and didn't understand why Ji Xing was avoiding him. Ji Xing thought about Han Ting as she looked at the necklace, and Han Ting thought about Ji Xing as he looked at his phone. They both wanted to reach out to each other but didn't know how to start, each waiting for the other to make the first move. Ji Xing was preparing a speech for an entrepreneurial exchange conference. She wanted to draw inspiration from Han Ting's forum speeches. However, as she looked at Han Ting's speeches, she couldn't help but think about the time they spent together that night, and she blushed. At the conference, Ji Xing and Han Ting met unexpectedly. Han Ting noticed that Ji Xing wasn't wearing the necklace he gave her and felt a bit disappointed. He also glanced at Ji Xing's speech and joked that it sounded a lot like his way of speaking. Ji Xing's speech was sincere and heartfelt, gaining recognition from many investors. Han Ting never took his eyes off Ji Xing during her speech. In the evening, Han Ting and Ji Xing attended a dinner party together. During the dinner, Chang'er seemed to be targeting Han Ting, repeatedly urging Ji Xing to drink. Han Ting took the glass and downed the drink in one gulp. Back in the car, Ji Xing noticed that Han Ting's face was flushed and his breathing was rapid. He was allergic to alcohol. Just then, Ji Xing received a call about a patient experiencing issues during recovery. They immediately rushed to the hospital. Xiao Yichen suspected it was a problem with the product. Ji Xing visited the patient, who looked apologetic and hesitant, as if something was wrong. Han Ting drove Ji Xing home. At her doorstep, he asked why she had been avoiding him these past few days. Ji Xing, unsure of their relationship, chose to remain silent. At that moment, the door opened, and Ji Xing hurriedly escaped inside. What was Ji Xing afraid of? The next morning, the patient's husband came to Xingchen Company, causing a scene. The patient wanted to speak but was silenced by a harsh glare from her husband. The man loudly accused Xingchen's product of harming his wife and demanded compensation. Onlookers started recording with their phones. Ji Xing refused the man's compensation demands, but he wouldn't relent. Amid the pushing and shoving, Ji Xing was knocked to the ground, and a strong pair of hands helped her up. Han Ting had arrived, just in time. He stepped forward and told the man they could involve the police. At the mention of the police, the man became visibly nervous and insisted on compensation. Since compensation was all he wanted, Han Ting said they could discuss it further. Ji Xing disagreed with using money to settle the issue, but Han Ting explained that ordinary methods wouldn't resolve this situation. Han Ting then took Ji Xing to his home and made lunch, which Ji Xing thoroughly enjoyed. But it wasn't just a meal. Han Ting asked Ji Xing to be his girlfriend. Ji Xing smiled and agreed. They kissed, finally becoming a couple. Congratulations to Han Ting, his 10-year crush had finally paid off.